I believe one of the things that makes America so great is how diverse our entertainment and media is. It's not like other countries that, they may have some semblance of multiculturalism, but majority of the time, whatever that country produce, it's for its homogenous people. Like if I go to Japan, Japan will make content for Japanese people, usually having Japanese people in their content. If I go to Finland, I'm pretty sure most of their production is done with people from Finland. But what I love about America is that you can find content from multiple groups of people, from African Americans, from whites, from Asians, from Latinos. There's everything here in America. And when I was growing up, because I am a 90s, 2000s kid, you found diversity in cartoons and media all the time. There was Codename Kids Next Door, Teen Titans, Fillmore, Recess, Rugrats. Even a lot of Disney Channel shows are very diverse. That's So Raven, Even Steven, American Dragon, Jake Long. Point is, America was naturally going in that direction where we had more representation of different groups of people. Even Lilo and Stitch, one of my favorites, like there was a natural way of things. Like things didn't feel forced. But ever since 2000, I would say 15, when woke politics really started becoming like mainstream, it seems that there is an agenda to make everything tokenized and everything diverse for the sake of diversity. I remember during the MCU's craze where, everyone was going to the MCU movies, and I hated the fact that they would change the gender or the race of a character and make them someone else just to fill some diversity quota. And even that goes beyond comic book movies. I hate when naturally there's a character that has a certain race, either a white man, white woman, and they change that person to make them gay, homosexual, to make them a woman, disabled, whatever it is, just so they can feel important or feel like they're doing something to change the entertainment industry. And honestly, I hate it. I hate tokenized characters, and I despise when people do that, because it's a cheap way to get representation, or it's a cheap way to make people feel inclusive, and I hate it. In comic books, it's natural to find different versions of a character. That is true. For example, She-Hulk, even before woke came into being, She-Hulk is what I would call a tokenized Hulk. But she's one of those tokenized characters, at least in the comics, that are done a lot better. But a very popular tokenized character is Miles Morales, Spider-Man. In the comics, he's pretty much the same. He's like a black Peter Parker. At least the movies did him justice in giving him a sort of a personality difference, or making him someone different than just a black version of Peter Parker. But what a lot of people don't understand is that no matter how much people may love Miles Morales or Spider-Man, he's always going to be in the shadow of Peter Parker, because Peter Parker is the real Spider-Man, or the original Spider-Man. Because honestly, Miles Morales would not exist unless Peter Parker existed. That's the kind of thing with tokenization, is that tokenized characters will always be in the shadow of the original. Like, what irks me is that we've always had Static Shock, an original black superhero, but we don't use him at all. He's not really used in media anymore. But instead, they rather give us a tokenized Spider-Man and have him be all the rage. And by not making original non-white characters, you're basically saying that a non-white character cannot exist within themselves. They always have to be in the shadow of an already established white superhero. And if I'm being honest, it does cheapen the effect of the story or the character, because that they only made this character whatever they are because they're trying to force diversity down our throats. And what makes it worse is that nowadays I'm thinking in my head, did this actor actually earn this role? Or because they're a woman, or because they're a minority, that the whatever studio, the production studio, said we got to hire this person? Are they hired on the merits of their talent, or just because they are a certain race of people? And people think that white people don't like this, but it's not the fact that the character is non-white. It's the fact that you're pushing diversity and you're saying basically that being white is bad. Like, I mentioned a whole bunch of shows from the 2000s and the 90s, and everyone loved those shows. No one cared about that there were non-white characters in those TV shows. But when you're forcing something down someone's neck, then they're going to be like, whoa, 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 hold up. And even this movement is starting to infiltrate even Japanese manga. There's a lot of people online who complain that Japan doesn't make minority characters, which upsets me because, again, Japan makes media for Japanese people. We just happen to like what the Japanese make. Because for a lot of people in this woke movement, they want to be validated by the TV shows and cartoons they watch or the video games they play. It's like they feel like if they're not being represented in whatever medium, that means that they're being ignored. And I'm not going to deny there is an importance of seeing your group on TV. I'm not saying that it's bad to have that, but when you're having to destroy the legacy of already pre-established characters just to make these knockoff, not even interesting characters for the sake of it, you're doing more damage of trying to, promote that we can have more diverse characters or people in media. And if you want minority characters, if you want non-white characters in whatever medium, make original characters. Do not let their race be the main selling factor of that character. People like excellence, no matter what color or gender you are. That's why people like Denzel Washington, because he's a phenomenal actor. It doesn't matter that he's black. People like Denzel because he's Denzel. I like Peter Parker because I relate to him. I think Peter Parker is a phenomenal example of people that relate to a fictional character and they see some of themselves in that said character. Listen, Batman is completely opposite of me. He's a multi-billionaire, rich man, fit, fighting crime. I have nothing necessarily that I can relate to Batman on that factor, but still, Batman is one of my favorite superheroes of all time. If not my favorite, he is one of my favorites in the top 5. That just goes to show that people just want to see good characters, good storylines. What makes that character pop out makes them interesting. Because if all you can say is, oh, this character is a woman, oh, this character is a black woman, and what happens if that character doesn't sell well? Then people are going to attribute that a diverse character means that they're boring, they're not interesting, they're flat, and that's kind of hurting the cause, isn't it? I think diversity in media is a good thing. I think in the 90s, in the 2000s, we were naturally going in that direction. But when you're trying to force diversity, you destroy other products, you destroy established characters because you want to push this woke agenda and have people feel like, oh, if you're non-white, then you're evil, then I think that's terrible. Yeah, and stop using race and gender as a selling point. Is the character good? Do we care about the character? If you're an actor, did you actually earn the role because of your acting skills? That kind of thing matters to me. And if you want more diverse characters, make them original, make them good so people care about it. So yeah, that's all I have to say, man. As someone who is definitely into entertainment and music and, media in general, that's a subject matter that really bothered me so much because I don't want to feel cheap. I don't want people to, want me to check out something just because something is black or whatever race or gender they swap. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys are interested, please watch another video here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.